Another special guest tonight who traveled from Washington, D.C. to be here is our colleague Selina Wang, who is well known for her work at ABC News and for her work at CNN's Beijing Bureau as the network's sole correspondent in China. We're so grateful to ABC News for its support, and we welcome Selina Wang to share her message on behalf of ABC News. Please join me in welcoming Selina.
Thank you for that kind introduction. As you just said, I'm Selina Wang. I'm currently the senior White House correspondent for ABC News, and I'm honored to be here on behalf of the organization. Congratulations to all the awardees here and to all the journalists here. I have remarkable appreciation and awe for what you do. What you do bridges the gap between languages, customs, societal norms, serving as the eyes and ears of places that your viewers and readers will likely never go to. The stories that you choose to tell, the analysis, the perspective you bring, that plays a critical role in shaping the narrative of whether it's this country that you're reporting in, whatever beat you're covering, shaping that narrative for the rest of the world. So I actually only recently moved to Washington, D.C. after spending the last 5 years abroad across Asia, reporting for Bloomberg News, most recently CNN, in China, Japan, and Hong Kong. And my time overseas has given me newfound appreciation for my birth home, where I grew up, which is that what we've been talking about throughout this evening is that we have freedom of the press here. There's the duty, the expectation of journalists to tell the truth, to hold our leaders accountable, and critically, people here have access to free and uncensored information. So when I was reporting in China, every story required many layers of obstacles. I had to ask myself many questions, our team many questions, our very small and scrappy team. How do we protect our sources? How do I communicate with them in a safe way? How do I protect my colleagues, myself? How do we get to the truth and bottom of the story when sometimes we're being followed and surveilled? And then we have to think about what happens after we publish that story. What kind of backlash will we face? What kind of trolling, harassment am I going to find online, on my Twitter feed, on TikTok? And how could this impact my visa, my status working as a reporter in that country? Now, what motivated me to keep going and what motivates many journalists is the knowledge that in some cases, if we do not choose to share that story, then perhaps no one will. And this has been touched on earlier in the night. And when you are living in a country far away from home, there are many layers of work beyond the job, just immersing yourself in a new culture, in an unfamiliar environment. But sometimes being an outsider has its advantages too. You will see things from a different perspective. You'll find something unique in the daily norms. As journalists, we are sometimes living the very story we're telling. So during the pandemic, I went through so many different government-mandated quarantines throughout Asia that I lost count. 21 days in a facility here, 10 days in a facility there, 2 weeks in another place. And by far the harshest quarantines I faced were in China. But I knew that what I was experiencing was only a small slice of what the broader country was going through. And every challenge I went through navigating China's zero COVID policy was an opportunity for me to not only document firsthand what life was like in China for the rest of the world, but to think about ways that I could be talking to my sources and digging for information. As journalists, we are not only having a front row to history, but oftentimes we're actually living it, and what we experience can inform and inspire our storytelling. Now, this industry is not easy. Our work is 24/7. The world is saturated with information. Yet the truth can feel elusive. But the work that we as journalists do, the aim is to cut through that fog of endless content and guiding people through the complexities of our world. So congratulations to the awardees. I look forward to meeting everybody here tonight. I look forward to continuing to read and watch everybody's work. Thanks for having me.